9 o'clock already, and I'm like freaking out. I'm panicking because I know the game starts at 9, right? It finishes at 11. I'm already half an hour late. This is my first game of cricket in my team, and I'm thinking maybe I got it wrong. Maybe it was 9:30, or maybe the phone rang when I was out at the end of the driveway or something. Anyway, now it's 9:30. Now it's 10 o'clock. I'm so angry, and I'm powerless. I'm just sitting there, and there's no cell phones, right? So I can't call anyone. I'm just sitting there at the end of the driveway, waiting. Have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear? Like you could fall, no one would hear? Well, let that lonely feeling wash away. Maybe there's a reason to believe you'll be okay. 'Cause when you don't feel strong enough to stand, you can reach out your hand. And oh, someone will come running, and I know, take you home. 'Cause even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, as you reach up and you rise again. If you only look around, you will be found. 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 Now, of course, that's not really a story of an 8-year-old boy missing his first game of cricket. I mean, maybe the game was the following week, maybe someone forgot to pick me up, or maybe it never happened, who knows. But for some reason, that is the memory I have very clearly in my mind. And I think it's because when I was 8, I was about as vulnerable as I'd ever been in my life. And I wish I could go back to that 8-year-old version of myself, put my arm around me and say, I know this feels terrible, and I know there's a lot going on right now that you don't understand, but this will not define you. In fact, what will define you is how many people will be there to pick you up when you fall. You don't have to feel unknown. And every time that you call out, you're a little less alone. If you only say the word from across the silence, your voice is heard. And oh, someone will come running, and I know Okay, this is the one-voiced mixed chorus from St. Paul. Hang on one second. And these were the guys who told me what the A is at the end of the LGBTQIA. Of course we're all different, of course, right? We have to honor who we are, but in the end we're all the same. Here we are on Pride Weekend. Let's love each other for who we are, exactly as we are. Thank you so much, guys. Oh God, I love those guys. I was crying before I came out here. I was with them. It's just, to me, it's an important. By the way, I have to tell you that song. I heard a few of you cheering. It's from Dear Evan Hansen. It's such an important musical. I've seen it 3 times. It's amazing. And I was standing there singing that song tonight. And like, I don't know about you guys. When I was growing up in Australia, you didn't cry out loud. You didn't share. You didn't ask for help. If you were going to be a man or what, didn't matter. If you're going to be tough, you have to handle things. I couldn't think that is more wrong. If you need help, you ask for it. There will always be someone there for you. Someone told me this about 2 years ago, and I've never forgotten it. Never worry alone. Whatever it is, tell somebody. Just get it out. That's all. I've got to tell you about my dad. My dad missed 3 days of work his entire working life, right? He worked for Price Waterhouse, the accountancy firm. I did not expect a whoop for Price Waterhouse. That's a showbiz first. So, those 3 days that he missed, right, were when I was invited to come to New York to participate in a centenary celebration for Richard Rodgers. They were doing a concert version of Carousel at Carnegie Hall. And Carnegie Hall, like, I had never sung before in America. I was pretty nervous about it, and you can see it's beautiful, but this is what it looks like when you're standing on the stage. It's an intimidating place to make your debut, right? So my dad has seen everything I've ever done. So I rang my dad and I said, Dad, you've got to be there. And he came. And now when I say 3 days he missed, let me be clear. The first day was on a plane, 24 hours from Sydney to New York. He was in New York for 20 hours, then a 24-hour flight, straight back, straight to the office from the airport, right? And stickler for details, my dad. Like, it needs to know everything about the address, the hotel, the start time, the dress code. I told him it was black tie, but on the day that he was landing, which was the day of the concert, I found out it was not black tie, it was business casual, right? Whatever that is. So I rang him the moment he landed, and I'm like, Dad, I'm so sorry, it's not, anyway, he just said, don't worry, Hugh, you've got enough to worry about, I'll get it sorted, it's okay. But seeing as I have you on the phone, I want to ask you a favor. It would really mean a lot to me if I could meet you at your hotel room and walk you to the stage door at Carnegie Hall. And I was quite touched by that. I said, oh, of course, Dad, if you meet me at 6, we'll walk over together. So 6 o'clock on the dot, there's a knock on the door. Well, he's an accountant, very punctual. And I open up the door, and there is my father standing in the hallway in full black tie, right? I'm like, no, Dad, sorry. No, it's not black tie, right? Nobody is wearing black tie except for the choir. Everybody's going to think you're a baritone, Dad, please. And he looked me straight in the eye and he said, Hugh, my son is singing at Carnegie Hall. It is black tie for me. So, I'd like to sing this song for my dad, and it's from that great musical, Carousel, sung by the character of Billy Bigelow. Now, Billy feels pretty angry. He's pretty isolated. None of his plans or dreams have come true in life. And just when he thinks it's all kind of done for him, he gets one last chance when he finds out he's going to be a father. I wonder what he'll think of me. I guess he'll call me the old man. I guess he'll think I can lick every other fella's father. Well, I can. he does, as long as he does what he likes. He can sit on his tail or work on a rail with a hammer and spike. He can ferry a boat on a river, or paddle a pack on his back, or walk up and down the streets of a town with a whip and a horse and a hack. He can haul a scow around a canal. He can run a cow around a corral, or maybe bark for a carousel. Of course, it takes talent to do that well. He might be a champ of the heavyweights, or a fella that sells you glue, or president of the United States. That'd be alright too. His mother would like that. Yeah, but he wouldn't be president unless he wanted to be. Not Bill! My boy Bill would be tall and as tough as a tree. Well, Bill, like a tree, he'll grow with his head held high and his feet when they're firm on the ground. And you won't see nobody there to try to boss him or toss him around. No fat bottom, flabby face, pot belly, baggy-eyed bastard will boss him around. And I'm damned if he'll marry his boss's daughter, a skinny-lipped virgin with blood like water, who gave him a peck and call it a kiss, and look in his eyes through her lorgnette. Oh, why am I taking on like this? My kid ain't even been born yet. Oh, I can see him when he's 17 or so, and starting to go with a girl. I can give him lots of pointers very sound on the way to get around any girl. I can tell. Wait a minute. What the hell? Oh. What if he's a girl? Oh, Bill. Bill! What would I do with it? What can I do for her? I'm a bum with no money. I mean, you can't have fun with a son, but you gotta be a father to a girl. She mightn't be as bad as that, the kid with ribbons in her hair, a kind of neat and petite little tintype of her mother. What a pair! I can just hear myself bragging about her. My little girl, pink and white as peaches and cream is she. My little girl is hot again as bright as girls are meant to be. Dozens of boys pursue her, many are likely alive. 'Cause when he can't away from her faithful dad, she has a few pink and white young fellas up 2 and 3. But my little girl gets hungry every night, and she comes home to me. Little girl, I've got to be ready before she comes. Got to make certain that she will be dragged up in slums with a